Nini everyone, Zabora here. Every once in a while, as my last video said, I'll come across a Facebook post that I'll do a response to. Well, this one here was actually sent to me by a friend, and everything was already cropped out. I have no idea who wrote this, but they said, "Hey, could you respond to this?" They found it. I was like, "Cool, no problem. Let me have at it." So it's basically just 4 points, and I'm not sure if this person is like, if they're just fed up with everything they've encountered and they're leaving paganism and witchcraft and everything completely and they've just given up all hope on religion. I don't know, maybe they've turned atheist. No idea. But or maybe they're going straight full back to Christianity. You know, most of us do convert from Christianity here in the United States. So I don't know. Given that they're speaking English, I'm going to say that they're probably either in the US or the UK, but I don't know. I don't know. A couple of these are spelled pretty bad. Maybe they are a non-English speaker, or maybe they're eight. I don't know. I have dyslexia. I understand spelling's fucking hard, but there's a predicted text for a fucking reason. But I'm not gonna sit here and make fun of a child if it's a child, you know. So let's just go ahead and we're just gonna address these points. Heathenry is full of racists. That means Norse paganism was not for me. Well, I apologize. There is a racist group out there that I know of that it's like the path is called Odinism, and they do have an extreme view and do use racism. But that's not every heathen. Okay? It kind of sounds like you've had one bad encounter and you just gave up on heathenry. I have a friend, Severed Heads, here on YouTube. He hasn't posted in like 7 months. I'm very upset with him. I'm gonna have to talk to him. He needs to get back and making his Norse videos. But I could never see him being racist or homophobic or anything else. So it's definitely not all heathens. It just kind of sounds like you had one bad run-in and just said, fuck heathenry. So that's not okay. That's not okay. Number 2, witchcraft is full of narcissistic behavior. That means it's not for me. Okay. Sure. I guess you could say using the tool, the craft, the witch's craft, to better improve your life and the lives of those around you could be considered narcissistic behavior. But that's kind of the whole point of witchcraft. You are literally using it to alter an outcome, to improve it the way you want it to happen. That's the whole point of witchcraft. So if you came into this not knowing that what witchcraft was, if you thought you were going to be like starting fires with your fingertips, that's not fucking witchcraft. That's not the point of witchcraft. So, I don't know. Stop watching Harry Potter and thinking that's what the craft is. And don't watch The Craft thinking that's what the craft is. Since we're on this subject. Number 3, Wicca is full of obsessive people who believe in love and light over kill with harm, do what you will, you geese, not for me. That was a little hard to read. Again, so sorry. So I'm sorry, didn't you just say that witchcraft was full of narcissistic behavior? How can witchcraft be all love and light if it's full of narcissists? Did you not forget that Wicca, the whole evolution comes from Wicca, W-I-C-A, and Witche, W-I-C-E. That is literally the root word for witch. And besides, what's wrong with love and light? I mean, like, I know I'm a little bit of a darker kind of worker, but that's only when I'm upset and I believe that it's called for. 90% of the time, I'm not doing curse work. Hell, 99% of the time, I don't do curse work and dark workings. That's just not what I'm about. I'm more light a candle, say a prayer, read a fucking tarot spread, I don't see the problem with being a light worker. It's not my path, And you really can't have it both ways. So I'm not really sure what your point is. Also, again, there's more than one way to skin a cat. If someone's bothering you, you don't have to curse them. You can just make it so something good happens in their lives and they move the fuck away from you. Okay? Okay. Restorationist paganism, I think you mean Reconstructionists. Reconstruction paganism, people who think they can bring back a dead religion, basically false hope. Okay, so that hurt. That was my knee. Did you hear that pop? Ow. Getting old. Reconstructionists, I'm a bit of a Reconstructionist. Little bit. I would say my path is Kemetic reform. I'm more about pumping it up and bringing it into more of a modern take than I am specifically intent on doing everything the way the ancients did. I draw a lot of my wisdom and my inspiration from that time, but I also take into account modern laws and morals, okay? So I'm not gonna have fucking slaves that I conquered in war. That's not the way it works today. So, I don't think that it's a false hope to practice a religion that was considered dead. You know, ancient Egypt is considered a dead religion. But I would personally argue, because I'm practicing it close to a way that the ancients would have done it, close, not exactly, but close, that it's not a dead religion. My path is alive and well. Just by practicing a path, doesn't matter what path it is, even if you were the only one practicing it, your path is alive. It may not be well, but it is alive. So I don't think it's a false hope. Besides that, look at how many people are even turning to my path of ancient Egyptian paganism. Look at how many people come out and identify with the ancient Egyptian gods. Whether they're Tamarin or Wiccan, or they're House of Neter, or they're Kemetic Reform, or they're an independent Kemetic, okay? It doesn't matter. Kemeticism is very much alive and well. And it only started really coming back to light in the 60s and 70s. Hell, I won't even see the 70s and 80s is really when it started to bam, take off, you know? So it's not a hope. It's not a dead hope. It's not false. It's happening. Simply by practicing them, you're bringing them back to life. So it kind of sounds like you're extremely new to the idea of paganism and witchcraft in general. And I would basically just want to tell this person, stay away from people you don't like. It's as simple as that. If you don't jive with their energy, don't fucking talk to them. Don't watch their YouTube videos. Don't read their Facebook posts. Leave the group if they're bothering you. You don't have to identify that way. It's okay. You can leave. So, but I would say give it a chance. It kind of sounds like I said, you really didn't give anything a chance, and you have a very narrow and twisted view of a lot of these points. So, I hope that's been enlightening. That's it for tonight, guys. Synapte.